सबको मेरा नमस्कार. This is International Master and FIDE Senior Trainer Sekhar Sahu welcomes you on behalf of Sports Authority of Gujarat and Gujarat State Chess Session to this intermediate training session. So I will be continuing with my lecture on King's Indian defense. Maybe it will take maybe two more sessions, this and another session for the introduction. So here, hello Ramakrishna, Tanmay Azmara, Suresh Bhai Chawda, Vaschal Parik, Birabhadra, Dina Patel, Setu Nandi, and Pransu Thakkar and Mukund Agarwal. All are welcome. So here I will continue now King's Indian defense. So he is not committing the move F4. B2 with the idea he wants to play rouser attack, or he may play the main line knight F3 castle or Larsen system. After castle, this is a very flexible move. Now the idea, he can transpose to rouser after castle. I mean Avarvak, or he can play this Larsen system, or he can play knight F3 and the main line. So he is keeping lot of options with this flexible move. Nothing great about it. So castle. So he goes for F4. So we should play now C5. Now either we have a choice for Benoni or Benko, and white pushes the pawn to D5. After D5, it is black who will decide to play like Benoni or play like Benko. So he pushes. Pawn takes pawn will get nothing. Pawn takes pawn, you get Queen A5. And now pawn into pawn, this is bad for white. So it's bad. Pawn into rook here. This is bad. This is bad. You will get the two pawns back with better game for black. So here Queen A5, you play knight F3, and you play BD2, and then Queen into pawn. White is good, while black is good. Knight F3, knight C6, and that's fine. Okay. So this is not a problem at all. I will show you one game on this particular line. Let us see. Let us see D5. So black decides to go like Benko. Accepted. Accepted. I told you this line. If you play directly, it is not that effective. Your queen should be on A6. Suppose you play bishop takes pawn, he will play bishop into bishop, knight F3 and castle. So it will be somewhat better, preferable for white. So queen A5 is better. You can also choose to play queen B6. This is also possible. Putting pressure, but this is better. Now white prematurely had made advance. So this center is a burden on white. The D5 point, the D5 point, overextended center. You can say this is overextended center. Oh, this is bad. Just knight coming to B6. Agreed, white is giving some weaknesses to black. But at what cost? He is underdeveloped, king in center, and lot of weaknesses in his own camp. So, not a good idea. Not a good idea. Now, another bad. He wants to give a threat, exchange bishop E6 threat. But is it, you have to see. You are the best judge. Is this threat really dangerous? Want to get, but his own king, the squares, all this will come, no? Don't you think that he will utilize? So, Grandmaster Zula Sachs was a very strong attacking player and scientific player. So he did not do rash attack, and his preparation he was in top 10. I would say he was in top 10 or 15 in the world at one point of time. Around the area 87, he was in top 10. and he played the candidates match also for the world championship. He lost to Short, but he was already very strong. So here he ignores. He says, "Go ahead, play BE6 and take my exchange." So you cannot take, because knight into pawn when attacked and knight check is very bad. Knight check will come, discover check will come. So you have to support B2. Anyway, threaten B2. So this is bad, definitely bad. What else? What else? Knight check is coming. So, hello, Krishna. I want you now. What should black do now? Now you have got, he is taking your exchange. What should black do now? Find out. What should you do? क्या करोगे? Can you flip the board? Okay, I flip the board. I flip the board. Now black to play. What should black do? Hello, Akshar Jala. I'm sure you should. Yes, correct move. Dina Patel and Max, correct move. Bishop into. You take, then this check is too much to handle. This is winning the game. So you cannot take, and now you play knight into, knight queen is lost, game is lost. Okay, my queen is attacked, but I will be winning easily. Completely lost. One piece up. So here the whole point is, you want the main idea. It is all premature thing. All this thing I tell you, a white should avoid that B2, and then you know these are all bad moves, premature moves. General, a player must coordinate castle. To open the game, it is favorable for the player who is more developed, more coordinated. Well done, Dina Patel and Max. Pang Jom. This is a good game. It is in Novi Sad Olympiad. Judith Polgar, she never competed in women chess. Only she played the women team in Olympiad because the country's prestige. So she had it is like a cakewalk for her because had a very strong GM and playing. So it is very easy. So Judith Pulgar was black, and white is a strong player. Can join me. Petrosian system. This is not Petrosian. Balloon it comes. No, this is not Petrosian. Four pawn attack. So this is bad. Now the standard move is to play this. But after this also, rook e8, b5, counterplay. So this is a bad thing. One thing that when you play this way, there is the position is imbalance. Abhi, now there are 4-3 majority, 3-2 majority. And I told you this point is also a target. This is also a target. So here, instead of playing, white plays a dull line. This is bad. Now, what is black strategy should be here? Now, after I have discussed Benoni, you understand that black is cramped. There is not many maneuvering room for the pieces. So, a few exchanges is welcome. Exchanges like, let us imagine these knights are exchanged. Black is very comfortable. And even though this is the best minor good piece, I am willing to exchange so that I get maneuvering room also and control the square also. But at the moment, priority, I want to exchange this one, the knight. So this must come. How? This is rook. Idea, knight to e4, and it is good game. If you castle, knight e4 gets a very pleasant game. मारेगा तो rook आएगा. This is good. Now the diagonal is open. So in the game, he plays bishop f5. Idea knight e4. Anyway, welcome. Now pieces are coordinated. If you bishop f5, queen f5 is very good. Development complete. Precisely, black wanted to complete development, and now, if possible, I may even give sacrifice. I may also do sacrifice. Not bad. So you better be careful. Idea b5. Now there is a pressure on the point. 1, 2. So this is a real threat. Real threat. No matter whichever you play, d5 pawn will fall. So black is better. You can see the power of the bishop. You can see the center. All are centralized. Center control. और ये कभी भी आएगा एक एक ना एक दिन आ जाएगा इधर उधर किया तो ओके नाउ bishop into we should not exchange queen exchange is good. I am sure this is a plus position for black, but why keep the queen? Now I am sure after this technically plus, technically it is plus for black, but this is even better. Queen on the board. I am now bringing the rook here to e4. I will double the rook. Fantastic position. You cannot, unfortunately, can't do any b4, b3, it's only rook. Knight attack, okay, knight moves. Oh, this is absolutely ridiculous. The position strategically only winning for black. Now, if you take, I'm a sound pawn up and easy win. Pawn into c5, queen c5, queen into queen, one extra pawn with better pieces. So, takes. Now, fantastic. Knight d5, rook double. Very easily, Shiva. I will tell you the reason for losing. Why white loses? There are two reasons. White losing two reasons. एक तो गेम से पहले ही उसका हालत बुरा हो गया. जुडिथ पुलगर सामने है. एक साइकोलॉजिकल बैड, साइकोलॉजिकली डिप्रेशन. जुडिथ पुलगर. Second, you cannot play passively. No, these are bad moves. You need to play good or bad. You need to play this in pawn into pawn. I mean, You have to play, though you have played mishandled the opening, this is still not easy. Rook e8, I can play queen c2. Okay, I can show you maybe some game, two, three game for white. You don't need to worry about this. जो डर गया सो मर गया. चेस में डरना मना है. डर गया तो मर गया. उधर ही उसका गेम हार हो जाता है. इतना इजी नहीं है. तो अभी Sekhar Sahu between two grandmaster. I will show you some lesser mortal. Okay, Portis versus Delhi. Portis Delhi. So he played rook. I defend. Idea knight c7 and b5 plan. Knight rook b idea b5 plan. Cannot play b5 because here the this pawn needs protection because the knight is going to go after, so in advance protection. So I will take bishop into b5, rook b5, and so comes. Now this is not so great. I am not going to fall for this. I am not going to fall. When knight आएगा, then queen आएगा. So these are all tricks. So I am not going to fall. Center is जबरदस्त. अभी साइंटिफिक ये व्हाइट का प्लान E5 तो आ ही जाएगा. व्हाइट का E5 स्ट्रेटेजिक ब्रेक आए. बेटर पोजीशन. ये सब नहीं चलेगा. So this is how you could play. Okay, I will show another game. Weiser versus Gregorian. I think this is a bit rough. I will not advise you to play in this fashion. So Sasonko is a more composed grandmaster. Okay, so this is okay. The game will open up. Take white better now. Queen d5. You better guard queen d5. Plus. So this is possible to play, but I am not telling you that this is plus. This is how white should play. White should play here c d5, not like this structure. This is a very passive structure. And how you handle this position with black? Let's have two three looks about strong GMs. Max Dulugi Kramnik. So bishop g4 is a good game. Want to get rid of the knight? The black is fine. Opening has no problem. Let's see. None or maybe Grischuk. White is a very strong GM. Take and a6 b5 plan a4 खेलो. A b5 खेलो अभी allow. Idea he wants to enter the knight. अभी b5 देखो ये position, this position क्या है? ये you can play this also because after this rook into and then there is pressure here. It is possible, but don't you think this is a good idea? Idea good counterplay. Black pieces are having good counterplay, and e5 is still not come. Rook into b2 threat. No e5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Watching. No e5. अरे वो e5 डेस्परेटली दे दिया. अभी देखा गेम जा ही रहा है. क्या? क्योंकि अभी b2 को बचाएगा. सपोज अभी रूक b4 आएगा, क्वीन आएगा. सो दे दिया. You can do this also. This is no problem. In that case, I will play knight b5. counter actor. So you play actively, I will also play actively. फोर्स रादर फोर्स, दूसरा कुछ मूव नहीं है, अभी भगा रहा है, ही इज कमिंग, ही फोर इज कमिंग विद डेडली इफेक्ट, डेडली। अरे दे देगा जरूरत पड़ने पर एक्सचेंज, क्या सब पीछे 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 पीछे। इफ यू टेक, सब पीछे अगर ऐसा जाएगा तो दिस इज विनिंग, दिस इज बैड, बैड फॉर हिम। सो यू कैंट गो दैट, ओनली मूव बिशप इनटू माइनस प्लस। द पोजीशन इट इज बैड। अभी जाओ, नाइट अटैक, डबल नाइट डबल अटैक, तो एनीवे नाइट इज नो गुड थिंग, सब रूक अटैक, नाइट अटैक, रूक नाइट डबल अटैक, सो ओनली मूव, बट अभी गया माइनस। सो ये डबल एज्ड है, दिस इज नॉट दैट इजी, ये खेल सकते हैं, ही शुड नॉट प्ले पैसिवली। अभी ये कोई प्लेयर है, गोरियालाड, गोरी गिलाड को मारा है ब्रायन, रॉबर्ट ब्रायन, खत्म, इनिशिएटिव खत्म। तो अभी नाइट चेक, क्वीन चेक को मार देगा, क्वीन चेक को, क्वीन चेक को रुक से मार देगा, रुक इनटू पॉन इनटू नाइट इनटू, सो देयर इज नथिंग हियर, सब ब्लॉक, ब्लैक हैज 3-1, और मारने को टाइम नहीं है, रुक C5, नाइट F3 एंड बी D4, रुक C5 मारे तो नाइट F3 में चला जाएगा, माइनस प्लस। अभी यू कैन सी देयर इज कितना एक्टिव है, फॉर द एक्सचेंज इज वन पॉन, नो टू पॉन रादर, टू पॉन, एंड कितना एक्टिव है, मटेरियल भी डाउन नहीं है और पोजीशन इज वेरी एक्टिव, सो ये सब नहीं चलेगा, सो दिस इज फाइन, एब्सोल्युटली फाइन, सो यू डोंट वरी अबाउट दिस। लेकिन उसने पासिव खेला, पैंग, पैंग प्लेड पासिव, आज सवेरे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी चला गया, ऐसा ही कुछ हो रहा था, 2-3 बार गया, और लेकिन क्लास के बाद जब इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जाता है तो ये जो ब्रॉडबैंड बंद हो जाता है, एयरटेल का ब्रॉडबैंड बंद हो जाता है, एंड एक बार बंद हो गया तो अगेन आई हैव टू, इट इज नॉट इजी टू गेट बैक द लिंक, so I had to stop, so if in case the power failure, it is not in my control, तो कभी कभी होता है, इट इज अ रेयर थिंग, वेरी रेयरली होता है, बट कभी कभी पावर फेल्योर। हेलो रामकृष्णा, मैक्स, castling chance does not matter when queens of the board. How does black manage to hold Berlin defense with no castle? It is because white is having less pieces and not many active pieces. Berlin defense is based on solid position of the central structure. I mean, not queen's exchange, princess exchange. So the Berlin problem, the white is not easy. Hello, good afternoon, Venkatesan. Okay, let's see. बट एनीवे द पावर फेल्यूर इज, 11 बजे चला गया, 11:10 को चला गया, मेरा मैं कुछ कर नहीं सकता था, एनीवे नेक्स्ट नेक्स्ट, so ये पेंग नो, so this is a bad capture, please note, you should, white should not capture this way, white should capture this way when the position is dynamic, dynamic दोनों के लिए, okay, so you don't need not worry about it। अभी So this is the line I was telling, using very easy equality. Bishop g4. Now मारे, तुम मारेगा, मैं मारे. Now knight into f7 is bad because you lose after bishop here. You lose the center pawn. This is bad. Okay. So I don't think it's a good idea. So he played in the game knight into b7 plus. Now b2 pawn को बचाना मुश्किल. The other moves are bad. For example, now let us say you play like knight coming to here. Then you have problem on bishop e6. You have problem now. So it is difficult one way or other. Even rook coming. Plus, so you can't defend with knight b6. Here, now it is plus. So I am giving, now I will get sufficient for the piece. Bishop, if you retreat, bishop into b1, rook into b2 should be sufficient. It is enough. For the piece, now we will sweep the queen side. Knight is also not nice active. Yeah. अभी जो भी है बिशप का अच्छा स्क्वायर नहीं है. It's gone. Okay. If you play bishop here, the rook will come. And now here again the rook will come. And then rook will enter b2. So it is not working. So active pieces. So line छोड़ देता हूँ मैं अभी. I will go to the samis. Samis is the very important thing. So this is called samis variation and very sharp. The idea is obvious. He wants to play bishop de3, queen d2, and castle, and after that storming the pawns, like Sicilian dragon. Then h5 will come, exchange, then h5 take, and then bishop exchange, and thereafter attack. But all this takes over several moves. Black has basically four type of answer for this. Black has four setup. One is to play, a6, b6, sorry, c6, a6, and b5. There are four setup. So this is one. I will play castle. Now you will play bishop e3. Now next I will play ncc, a6. Now queen d2, nc6. Now castle, e5. Now all these things will come. This is one setup. So I can give this. I can give this open the line. This is one setup. The second setup is to play like Fisher, Bobby Fischer, knight coming here. With the idea, next I will play c5. e5, c5. This is second setup. A safe setup. The third one is to play b6, which is the weakest setup. I don't like this. It has nothing to do with center, but it has got an idea. You want to play c5. There is no knight c6, so no tempo will come. So this is actually not good, but a setup you have to see it is possible. The other one is to play c6 castle, queen d2, a6, now b5. This is the other setup. And the main line is straightforward e5. Main line is straightforward e5. So in the game he goes a6, knight c6, e5. Now overwrite कर दिया ये? नहीं, not overwrite. This is a different line. So a6, c6. Idea, he wants to get counterplay with b5. So if you castle, I want to open the game. So the what black wants, he says white should play a4. After a4 you cannot castle. Main strategy of semis is to long castle and attack. अब ये कोई castle position है. After playing a4, definitely you cannot do this. So there is a partial success. Now I can play a5. Idea the knight will come to b4. So this is a possibility. But Mikhail Gurevich played a very nice game. No, no. वो राइट कर दिया जी. Queen d2. Here he plays b5. Oh, this is bad because black has, white has not started only, and black is very active. The threat is now immediate b4. Getting a tempo, black wants to play b4 and take the pawn. That means up king a2 jao, king b1. So this is bad, definitely bad. अब ये castle कर लो, because the king in center, there will be some moves like e6 will come. See, now you have to worry for this sort of moves. So you just castle. Now b4. Now if you take anything, that will help only black opening line. And if you do, I will dump knight to a4, knight c4. So he just goes knight. अभी ये फाइल ओपन है. This is open. यहाँ पर कुछ प्रेशर है. This is already white's very shaky position. Very shaky. Knight c6 and nd4. You हट जाओ. Knight c6. b7 भी अच्छा है. Knight c6 अच्छा है. बेट हो रहा है. ऐसा लगता है कि ब्लैक के व्हाइट किंग को बेट हो जाए. ऐसा लग रहा है. खत्म हो गया. Knight a4, knight b4, all this is coming. So he has played rather very meekly, very weak and meek. White has played very passively. Okay, for c6, a6, this is okay. Now this is okay. Now see, you should play a4. Don't allow fixing. b5 allow. Now you don't have to do this side. You can castle this side also. So I think this white should be little better, and white should plan to castle now. But black's relief that he cannot castle long and attack. I think white is little plus. Farooq Amanato, a very strong grandmaster and a very good coach. I don't know where many places he gives classes, and he is the coach of the Russian women team. Russian women team have various coaches. I mean, Korotilo, GM Korotilo, Farooq Aman. I think Farooq Amanato coach of junior team, not women team, junior team. So he plays the same line. Now these are bad. Anti-positional. This is premature. You are not ready, not castled, not developed. Even if you presume you come, I am not going to take it. Even if you take, what is the plan? Nothing. So priority. This is actually a good idea to exchange, but this is not the right time. It is like eating the dessert and then go for the main course. You can't do that. पहला सूप लो, खाना खाओ, डिजर्ट लो. पहला डिजर्ट, बाद में सूप, बाद में खाना. So e5, attack the center and giving a threat. He is giving a threat, knight into pawn. Idea, done in check and take the bishop. So मारा. तो पहला क्या मिला? What have you gained? Now if after you take it, you will weaken the d4 square. Suppose you take, and my knight will land. One of the knight will land like this, or knight will come here. This after this, knight will come here. Not a good idea. So exchanging is getting nothing. So he plays castle, ignoring now threats is this side. Threat pawn b4. Stop that attack. Now white cannot open very easily, whereas black is ready. White cannot open the black's king front easily now, but his own white king position will open up now. Forced. You cannot play b3 forced. Okay, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. Threat pawn b4. Threat b4 and c3. Pawn into b3 over. Should resign. यहाँ कुछ अटैक नहीं है, कुछ नहीं. Resign. Now queen is overloaded to defense of this or this. Choice is yours. आप अभी a2 छोड़ो या d1 छोड़ो. मात खाओ नहीं तो रुक दो. Dr. Sanapati, good afternoon. No, I am not showing theory. Only the model games. Only the model game. Theory, I will show on Thursday afternoon or Friday. I think Friday. Because what I want to show model game today, and another session will go for model games. Then I will show you deep analysis of King's Indian on Thursday afternoon. Maybe only one or two games. And then I will go to theory of King's Indian, white and black, on Friday. Tomorrow is my off day. So Wednesday morning, one more last session of introduction model games. And Thursday afternoon, I will show two or three deep analysis of King's Indian some games. And then Friday, I will go to the theory of the King's Indian. कौन है? Amanato. Yes, 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 yes. He is from Amanato. He is from Tajikistan. Tajikistan is very few strong. I mean, one IM is there, Muhammad. Muhammad is a very nice person, a good IM. Then Omnato is a GM. I think there are another one or two IM, one or two WIM or WGM are there, but not very strong chess country. However, Omnato is now Russian. I mean, he is having a Russian passport and is a coach of the Russian junior team and a regular visitor to our GM tournaments. Farooq. हाँ, तो ये जो है ये तो गया डिजाइन, या तो मेट या तो रूक. So this is finished. Anyway, it is lost. Even if you don't play, even if whatever you do, it is all under development. The main problem is the lies here. ये ये जो BH6 stupid move. To play, one has to play decent chess. No, you can play here NE2. You can play G4. You can even do long castle. In any case, this is premature. Okay. So black goes for the Fisher type of variation. Idea, if you castle, I want to attack. So white goes for. This is also not good. This is also inferior. Now I told you the you have to open line. This has opened up. So there is a threat. Immediate threat is this. So he closes. So bishop into, and now tempo. A tempo has come. Now whatever you do, because you cannot move the bishop, the pawn is falling. And after this, it is very easy, an instructive thing. It is, the game is very instructive in the sense. अभी ये queen overloaded हो गया to defend this. So these squares are now in possession. All this thing will possess. You will work on these areas. Forced, now pawn into pawn. Forced, now settled. So black has settled. Now next I will exchange the bishop. I may come knight here and knight enter. Because you cannot take. Knight to knight, pawn into, you cannot take. The knight is watching this. The queen is overloaded. Overloaded to defend. So, हो गया knight. भी जो भी करेगा तो माइनस है. ये रोका. But cannot stop. Now f4 is coming. Obviously, this is bad. No needless to explain to you. This is bad for white. So f4 is coming. Minus plus. You cannot take with the knight. अभी knight से नहीं मार सकता है. अगर pawn से मारा, bishop into e2 exchange गया. So king आया, another blunder. Bishop into मारा तो queen गया. So basically the position is bad. Blunder is only an excuse. The position was only gone. So ये जो है, this is premature things. Please note, last game, this tempo comes. And this take, tempo, and take black better. एलिजा और युबिलावा. अभी ये क्या है, ये एक्चुअली थियोरिटिकली ये अच्छा जीएम है, लेकिन अभी क्या है, आनंद, ही वाज सेकंड ऑफ विश्वनाथन आनंद फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम, 8-10 साल. तो आनंद का स्टंप लग गया, तो उसका भाव बहुत बढ़ गया. उसका प्रोफेशनल भाव बहुत बढ़ गया, क्योंकि आनंद का स्टंप, जैसे कि अभी चुचिलो, कि अभी वो कार्लसन के साथ काम किया, तो भाव 10 गुना बढ़ा दिया उसने. जो कोचिंग चार्ज करता था, वो 10 गुना बढ़ा दिया. कार्लसन का स्टंप लग गया. सो ये जो है, अभी अगडस्टाइन, वो ओरिजिनली कार्लसन का ही कोच था. नाइस नाइस कोच ऑल्सो. एनीवे, दिस इज एलिजावर उबिलावा. So a typical move. I want to play pawn into pawn and Benoni. Now, as I told you, I want you to say, अभी white को क्या खेलना चाहिए? What should white do now? क्या खेलना चाहिए white को? बोलो. What should white do now? Morning only I showed this. I guess today morning I showed this. I think you have forgotten. No, Dina, that is what he played in the game. Morning only I showed you. व्हाइट वॉज लारी क्रिस्टियनसन, ब्लैक जुडिथ पोलगार. अभी क्या है, वो मारेगा, ये मारेगा, तो हम मारेंगे, तो इधर आएगा वो. ही विल कम हियर, देन द नाइट शुड बी हियर टू गो टू दिस पॉइंट. सो द करेक्ट मूव इज नाइट ई टू. मॉर्निंग आई शोड यू दिस गेम, क्योंकि अब ये मारेगा, अभी आएगा ना तो मारेगा, तो हम नाइट से मारेंगे, तो बिशप आएगा, आई एम रेडी रिप्लेसिंग द अनदर नाइट. So white has an advantage. लारी क्रिस्टियनसन व्हाइट एंड जूडिथ पुलर. बट अभी मूव ऑर्डर में ये गड़बड़ कर दिया, ये गड़बड़ घोटाला उबिलावा ने गड़बड़ कर दिया. क्वीन डी, नहीं नहीं, ये उबिलावा ब्लैक है, ये पास्कुएल ने खेला मैकेनिकल क्वीन डी. अब मारा, मारा बिशप. अभी नाइट यहाँ है तो आएगा, अभी कहाँ आएगा. नेक्स्ट आई वांट टू हिट, एंड if you take, black will come queen quickly. Minus plus. If you keep on exchanging, it is minus plus. Okay. bh6 is bad. Knight into is bad. So ये minus हो गया. That means the correct move here after knight e2, white is good. Little better. That's all. That's all. Little better. It is not that white is clear plus minus. White is little better. But move order गलत किया. Minus plus. अभी एडवांटेज ऑफ बैंकॉक बेनोनी टुगेदर. बैंकॉक का भी एडवांटेज, बेनोनी का भी एडवांटेज, दोनों का प्लस. नो नाइट f4. अभी नाइट e3, नाइट c4, कितना टाइम वेस्ट हो रहा है. माइनस प्लस, माइनस प्लस ऑलरेडी. वेरी वेल प्लेड. हु इज दिस प्लेइंग करेक्ट, theoretically correct moves. ये तो गया 12 का भाव में जाएगा अभी. Now the pass pawn will remain for pawn into the bishop का indirect support rook c8 का आएगा. Totally passive position. चारों तरफ अटैक ही अटैक है. e4 पे, c5 पे, b5 ले, rb2 is coming. क्या करेगा, लॉस्ट, खत्म. Because after, now what you play, what is you going to do now? After you take rook into, after you take dama check, खत्म, story is over. So the whole point is, ये जो, these are premature things. ये जो है, ये queen है, ये जो है wrong move. You have to play correct move. Knight idea, pawn into knight into b6, knight coming with a small plus. अभी आएगा इधर ऐसा. This is how it will come. Okay, चलो next. Yes, Ramakrishna, knight e2 is correct. ये चप्रियानो वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग जीएम है, बहुत अच्छा. ओपनिंग प्रिपरेशन इज वेरी गुड, बहुत अच्छा जीएम है. यंग रशियन. I told you that this is, I told you that you can give the pawn, no problem. Counterplay. So you can't play f4. Knight g4 is coming. Idea h4 h3. जाओ पीछे. So white, black has got pushed. Such positions can be also alarming. If white has castle ready, then this is bad idea. But white has to get 3 moves. Queen d2, long castle, all these things take 2-3 moves. And it is black to play. Idea pawn takes pawn and open the e file or c line. Yet another good move. Idea b5. Now the whole point is, this does not work. This does not work. Why it will fail? Because I can play knight g4 still. You take, you take, pawn into pawn, queen attack, और यहाँ d4 आएगा. Black will regain the piece with a clear superior position. चलो भाई, queen attack, queen पीछे जाओ, so d4. So you really cannot push the knight back. If you come here, knight g4, black has the initiative. He played a4. अरे कहाँ रोकेगा, अभी पॉन इंटू पॉन मारो। अभी B5, आई वांट टू प्ले एनीवे B5 और F4 बंद है अभी, F4 इज नॉट कमिंग, B5 good or bad it should come. The point is this is the target, so you are not really losing a pawn. After B5 falls, the B2 will also fall. The rook is waiting to enter. Rook is waiting. Welcome, my friend. Okay, okay. Now other moves, this will turn out badly. Badly. ऐसा कुछ करेंगे तो क्वीन आएगा. I will not give. I won't give the knight. मार सकता हूँ ये भी, but queen is even superior. मार दो भाई, ये मार दो, ये तो मर रहा है. This is bad. He played. It's a minus plus. Okay, let's go little further. How should black play now? चलो अभी आई वांट टू आस्क ऑल ऑफ यू, ब्लैक का इनिशिएटिव है, ब्लैक को क्या करना है? What should black do? Your right is attacked. What will you do? Where will you go? There comes Birabhadra Singh's counter attack. I like that counter attack. Counter attack. Queen coming. Cannot take the knight. You cannot take the knight. मर जाएगा check में. तो only move. अब क्या करना है? क्वीन A3 एक्टिव मूव, अच्छा मूव है, लेकिन करना क्या है अभी? Who is saying Parmar? Meg Parmar. Meg Parmar. Correct answer. Correct answer. Rook into D2. Correct answer. Beautiful move. क्योंकि ये मारेगा तो इधर गणपत हो गया. पीस डाउन. मात खाओ या क्वीन दो, क्वीन तो नहीं पीस दो. अभी मजबूर, मजबूर और पीस अप. So active play, and anyway, abhi whatever you do, it is gone only. You don't have to, you don't have to play F4, but position is minus. So these are typical King's Indian ideas. Typical King's Indian ideas. Now, Yermo, I will take you to Yermo. Typical mistakes by White. I am telling you, these are White is not strong players. Strong players don't do so many mistakes. So if somebody makes a mistake, how to punish them? So nothing. This is not the active, not the best. But anyway, I will tell you, white player is unrated and did not react correctly. Okay. So this is the idea, and this is bad. You know, you are winning a pawn, but you are giving me time to open the line. Suppose you do this. Maybe what can I do? I will play knight c6. Just double up. जाओ भाई पीछे जाओ. जाओ पीछे. So for the one pawn, my two pieces are ready. Already the bishop is gunning here, the rook is gunning, the knight has developed, queen is coming. Ready made. So it is not a good idea to give so much activity for one pawn. Giving 2-3 moves and also against the king. अभी यहाँ चालू ही नहीं हुआ है. G4, H4 कभी आएगा? अगली साल 2021 तो अभी 8 दिन के बाद है, 2022 में आएगा. हाँ? ये तो मेरी क्रिसमस बना रहा है. हैप्पी न्यू ईयर, मेरी क्रिसमस चालू हो गया इसका. Welcome Prince Gandhi, waiting to become King Gandhi. Maurya 18. Okay, Tirth Parmar, welcome. So this is bad. This is bad. So he played here. So takes e5, bad. Now black pieces are very active. The diagonal is open. So hardly that pawn is having no value when you want to attack. Idea, knight into pawn check and queen into d6. Welcome, welcome. Knight into queen into d6. He will play queen f6. Knight takes queen d6, queen f6. Terrible position. Minus. अभी क्या है वो किंग इज अनकैसल्ड सो c4 पिन अनकैसल्ड किंग आ जाएगा हो गया होपलेस पोजीशन पहला चेक लो rb8 आएगा अभी नेक्स्ट rb8 चेक रूक खत्म यू कैन नॉट डिफेंड मेट हो जाएगा इफ यू प्ले b3 क्वीन e5 इट विल लीड टू मेटिंग अटैक दूसरा कुछ है ही नहीं so these are the mistake where is the mistake where is the mistake okay I will tell you cancel करो भाई flip so the mistake is here right? So here this is not correct. You must complete development. You must complete development. It is better to bring knight. भले आपका pawn अभी मारने के बाद this comes, but there is lot of time. So one step towards king. This is better. So this is bad. Okay. Edward Goffard was actually a good theoretician, a good coach for intermediate level. One of the best coach for intermediate level. You know, for example, there are lot of coaches for advanced level. I would put Doreski. He was very good for even grandmasters. Very good. His all students came on the world top 10, 15. Group of grandmaster. Yusupo, Dolmato, Chernin, Injan. Then all sort of very strong group. So I would say Dorfman, advanced level coach. Farooq Amanato is advanced level coach. There are lot of coaches in India. In India, I would put only two players as advanced level coaches. For example, Sandipan Chanda, Sekhar Ganguly. You know they worked with Viswanathan Anand, so they are exposed to lot of tough flight theoretical discussion. Sasikiran work, he is actually a very active player. So they are very, these are the advanced level coaches. And there are some intermediate level coaches. For example, I would consider myself for good for intermediate player only. Because I have never been exposed to very tough flight players analysis. Only when you work, for example, Mikhail Gurevich, he worked with Kasparov, worked with Anand, advanced level coach. For example, I would say Arthur Yusupo, who played in the very top level. He's a great coach, written a lot of good books. So Mikhail Gurevich was really good, and Edward Goffard, he trained a lot of very talented players from Soviet Union. That time it was not broken up. It was Soviet Union now. So 15, 20 countries have come. He was basically is from Ukraine. Edward Gufeld, I think he was a Ukrainian. Okay. So here, see, he is the one who trained the Maya Zugunitis. Chiefly, the success of Maya Zugunitis, 17 years women world champion. So Gufeld trained her. Now he used to come to India for tournaments and doing lot of commercial transactions. Hello. କିଏ କହ ମୋର ଗୋଟେ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଚାଲିଛି ମୁଁ 4:30ରେ ଫୋନ୍ କରିବି. So here, Buffett playing India, he was doing lot of trading, selling books. So he will buy material from India like gold, silver, shoes, this, that, and he will go and sell in the country. From there, he will bring chess books, that all these things. He was non-stop doing action, and he knew. Actually, as Indian player, we did not know where is what available. He knew in this city, this is cheap, this is available here. Very interesting character. One restaurant he went. Waiter asked him, "Sir, what do you want? Coffee, tea?" He said, "Get me coffee." Then waiter said, "Okay, okay, then get me tea as well." वो कॉफी भी पिएगा चाय भी पिएगा. He will sell business and then he will give a lesson to the some young student online. All this is going businessman. But he was very fond of King's Indian and Dragon. So Goofelds, I like Goofeld, intermediate course. Very good book he has written also. I think two, three books. One book on Dragon, one book on King's Indian, and one small book, Opening Encyclopedia. Also a good book for intermediate level. So, just castle. E5 is not good. You play E5, it is bad. Because I will subject next move D6, C6, and G7. Not a good idea. You will overextend the pawns. Okay, I will show you some game with E5. So here D6. Now he is going for the modern. Idea A6, Ruby 8 and B5. Modern treatment. Idea, you castle, I want to open. Oh, this kind of thing with king in center. These are not connected. Maybe I will show a game, a fantastic game. I would say a terrific game by Edward Gufeld, who beat British Grandmaster Jonathan Messel. I want to show the game with a detailed analysis. So I don't want to do a quick 10 minutes like what I am doing now. So I will show that game on Thursday with a deep analysis. I will show some game of Petrosian. Then I will show this game Messel, Buffet, and some interesting games where you will get more better, bigger understanding. Okay, if you take the pawn, there is sufficient compensation. Pawn into, black will have sufficient compensation opening the line. The pawn may fall, but it is bad. So taking pawn is bad. Still, I will give that. Now you are really not winning a pawn. Bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes, losing to knight e4. Now queen takes, not playable. Queen takes is horrible. Knight into e4 will come. The king in center. So you cannot take. Okay, you could have done this all this thing after pawn into pawn. You can do take and d5. You win the pawn, but you open the line. So this is not anyway good. Now there is a problem. Now if you play knight coming there, so here this is bad because I can play a simple move. What can I do here? What can I do here? How can I punish this position? How am I supposed to punish here this position? C6 there is a threat. Can I do something? Knight e4, knight e4, knight e4, bishop d4. I think this looks good to me. This looks good. It should be enough because knight into knight, bishop d4, or queen into knight, and then I can play bishop into. Now queen into, this position is just bad, just very bad. Rook is coming and the queen side is opening. It is bad position. So you cannot come there and d4. So he play, no. He plays, he did not take, he played pawn into. And other moves, if you play some knight f4, pawn into pawn with a clear minus plus, I will take the c4 pawn. So only move. Again only move. You cannot take that pawn. If you take rook into b, allow rook into b2, it will be a disaster. Okay. So this is bad. Now rook into b2 is coming. Then c3 will come. Now bishop and rook I have opened up. This. So the piece sir is having sufficient compensation. आपको दो तीन pawn मिलेगा, सब कुछ open होगा. So you have picked up one pawn. Then pick up second pawn. Otherwise g4 pawn will fall. Finish. Rook attack. Material down है, game भी down. बस मेट हो जाएगा. अभी मेटिंग अटैक आएगा. d4 को गार्ड करो. f5. Next I will open the life into. दे देगा, जो ओपन कर देगा. जाना दो, मेरे पास बिशप है, पॉन है बैकअप के लिए. ये दो बैकअप है, ओपन कर देगा. जस्ट ओपन. Found it from Agad Matters channel. Sultan Khan have beaten Capablanca. Yes, Sultan Khan beat Capablanca. Abhi I will tell you, sometime you know Capablanca is a world champion. एक बोला कोई आंडू पांडू आया है तो कुछ भी खेला. The Sultan Khan was having a great understanding of chess. He Capablanca को double bishop लेकर मारा. Even illiterate man knowing the strength of double bishop in open position. Sultan Khan at bishop pair in open position to mara Capablanca. But if Capablanca knew he was strong, he would not play. Definitely, Capablanca was stronger than Sultan Khan. No doubt. Abhi, it has happened. Abhi, even great players underestimating a weak player, they lose. For example, I was playing the Sangli tournament once. My opponent was only a 10-year-old boy. तो अभी कुछ भी खेलो. I made a wrong touch. जाने दो. And I eventually lost the game. That doesn't mean that he is stronger than me. So it is happening. A bad move can lose even against a very weak player. Chess is like that. So Capablanca didn't know that Sultan Khan was a very strong player. Next time तो नहीं आएगा. और सुल्तान खान इंडियन चेस खेलता था. I mean, he was playing some any king move. King को सेंटर में रख के खेलना. Indian chess. When I started playing chess, I started with the Indian rules. Very funny. Indian rules में क्या होता है? ये तो गया, ये तो गया अभी, ये तो गया. 12 का भाव में गया अभी. तो मारो गया, नहीं मारो गया. कुछ भी किया तो ओपन करेगा. अब you take, I take, you take, I take, finish. You don't take also, I will. You push also, finish. I don't, you lost. So I will show you what is Indian chess. Indian chess में क्या होता है? अभी ये जो है, ये दो पॉन ही क्वीन होगा. सी ओनली दिस पॉन्स विल क्वीन. These are the pawns queen होगा. और ये pawn bishop होगा. Okay, if you say now this pawn will become a bishop only. Last में जाएगा it will bishop. और ये pawn में knight होगा. Last में जाएगा तो knight आएगा. So that means this pawn has no queening line. और ये rook होगा. ये जाके rook होगा last में. So ये जाके rook होगा. So these are the conditions. Only the center pawns become queen. और ऊपर से पॉन दो घर नहीं चलता था, एक एक घर. यू हैव टू स्टार्ट विथ E3, G3. सो एक एक घर चलेगा और सेंटर पॉन क्वीन होगा. और लास्ट पॉन मरता नहीं. आपके पास रूक है या क्वीन है या लास्ट में एक ही पीस, वो मरता नहीं। तो इसका मतलब सपोज आई हैव ए किंग एंड रूक, यू हैव गॉट ऑल दिस थिंग, ओके आई विल प्ले। ओके, फॉर एग्जांपल अभी ओके ये पोजीशन में से सपोज सब निकाल दो, मेरे पास रूक है, तो हाथी को नहीं मार सकता, हाथी पागल हो जाएगा, कुछ भी मारेगा। और बिशप दो घर जाएगा। सपोज यू प्ले लाइक दिस एंड यू प्ले, बिशप आएगा, आई कम, अब ये नहीं मार सकता है, बिशप सिर्फ दो घर ही जाता है। दीज आर द फनी कंडीशंस। और किंग कैसल नहीं होता था। कैसल करने के लिए क्या करना पड़ता है? सपोज यू प्ले नाइट f3, I will play some g3, now you play this, now I will play pawn push, you play this, तो मैं ये किंग आ जाएगा। बिफोर कैसल किंग विल गो लाइक ए नाइट, ये ऐसा आएगा। दिस इज अ फनी थिंग। और और यू कैन डू लाइक दिस वे, or you can do like this way, knight, and then you will play g3, I will play h3, now you will play bishop g2, I will play e3 castle, now I will play king, now you play d4, I will come here, now king यहाँ आ जाए, this is a castle। ऐसा सब फनी फनी आता था। दिस वाज इंडियन चेस। किंग विल गो लाइक ए नाइट ओनली वन टाइम, बट अगर चेक आ गया तो नहीं होगा। सपोज देर इज a check to the king, then I will not get that chance of castle. So these are the funny rules। किंग कैसल नहीं होगा, इट विल गो लाइक ए नाइट, चेक होगा तो नहीं, पॉन्स क्वीन क्वीन होगा, ये ऑल दिस फनी बिजनेस। Also acting, you did like, whose role did you like most? Actually, I like the most the role of Visma. Role of Visma, I liked very much. And Krishna, महाभारत बहुत जबरदस्त सीरियल है, तो मुझे भीष्म, दैट इज ए फंटास्टिक डिफिकल्ट रोल, भीष्म का कैरेक्टर अच्छा लगा। एंड आई लाइक द रोल ऑफ लॉर्ड कृष्णा। बहुत ट्रिकी है, वो रियल लाइफ में चेस खेलता था, सबको घुमा देता था, सबको बुद्धू बना देता था, कुछ भी जो उनको अच्छा लगता है वही करता था। एंड ही यूज्ड टू प्रूव दैट दैट इज द राइट थिंग। सो सुल्तान खान की बात ही अलग है, छोड़ो अभी ये गेम देखते हैं। ब्रिजेस, ये इज अ गुड प्लेयर फ्रॉम एमपी यूपी समवेयर छत्तीसगढ़, बट नाउ लेट अस सी गूफेल्ड्स गेम विद ब्रिजेस। तो रूक b8, नाउ ये तो दिखा दिया, देयर इज नथिंग मच, दिस इज नथिंग मच, हो गया ये खत्म। सो नेक्स्ट हम जाएंगे डविन जोन्स। You know, art of cheating. Krishna was very tricky character. He did whatever he liked, but he made it prove that he was right always. The art of also, that is a different art. Okay, everything like Goofball game going on. So this is another interesting idea. I don't want to play e5 now. E5 will characterize and give a trouble to black. E5 will give trouble to black. So waiting. Now d5, I will open the game. Now the threat is to play d5 now because rook is there. E5, if you take it, it is bad. Needless to tell. Bishop into d4 is just bad. Now you have to unpass. Otherwise, knight is in a very strong. So unpass करना जरूरी है. Now take with the knight. So next, sooner or later, I will get this break. I will open the file. because once this is gone, then d5 will come. A typical strategic concept. This is a redundant knight now. This is badly placed knight. This is also badly placed. और बिशप का कोई स्कोप भी नहीं है. Very well played. Very well played by Gavin Jones. Now base बनाएगा. Now I will play next move. I will play queen here to overprotect. And if I will regroup the pieces, knight here and knight. Very nice. अति सुंदर. So उसने अभी इमीडिएट कर दिया. कोई बात नहीं. Open. Open. Forced. Now I will tell you the whole point is the typical tactics. Every game I select with a particular theme. The semis variation ये जो king रहता है एक्सपोज रहता है. So you should not stay in the exposed diagonal. ये diagonal पे नहीं रहना है. नहीं रहना है. It's a bad idea. He is doing nothing. Now I will flip the board. So he is giving a threat. Defended. Now the whole point is now white played a bad tactics. अभी क्या है? अभी बिशप इंटू नाइट मारेंगे तो मारेगा. नाउ बिशप इंटू पॉन मारेंगे तो मारेगा. देन रुक इंटू विनिंग. इट्स अ बैड थिंग. तो उसने अभी पहले मारा. वो भी जो भी करेगा मारा. अभी मारा. आइडिया यू टेक. आई विल टेक द पीस बट पहला चेक आ गया. अभी बिशप इज डिफेंडेड वन पीस डाउन. बिशप इज डिफेंडेड. सो बेटर यू बी केयरफुल दैट किंग्स इंडियन सेमिस में ये डायगोनल के लिए ध्यान रखो. ये जो है दिस डायगोनल यू बेटर बी केयरफुल. बेटर ऑलवेज सम टेक्स्ट कम्स. क्योंकि सिसिलियन बोलोस्लाव में वही होता है. ब्लंडर है. बट एनीवे इट इज नॉट अ गुड पोजीशन. एनीवे आई वुड नॉट गिव. इवन इफ यू डू नॉट ब्लंडर द पोजीशन ब्लैक इज बेटर. ओके यू डोंट ब्लंडर. ये बैड पीसेस है. ये बैड है. बैडली प्लेस. रिडंडेंट नाइट. You really cannot improve. I just need one or two moves. I just need one or two moves to consolidate my position. क्या करेगा? Bishop on knight is bad. If you play bishop takes knight, now here I will just take it. Now let us say you will come bishop c4. Bishop c4. I think this. I think maybe here. I think check तो है ही है. I think this should be good. This should be good. No, not this. Just a minute. I will write back. Will you write back 1 minute, please? Okay, so this is just a good position. Anyway, bad pieces for white. So let's go to the next game. Rushikesh, how are you? Welcome. Moria 18, welcome. आपका आपने दो दो आज मैच हार गया मैं सर आपका नो नंबर दे दो आज मैच हार गया मैं आई वांट टू एनालाइज ओके एक्चुअली टुडे आई विल बिजी you can send me a game you can send me your game on pgn format you can send me your game on pgn format one game I will analyze so this is my email id on that if you send the game on pgn format then only I can open and see okay Mohit you send me your game on pgn format on this gmail one game all right now coming to this game next game Gavin Jones so John Nunn next John Nunn so stopping g4 I want to stop g4 you cannot give me a pawn underdeveloped now it is a race black will attack white king white will attack black king so opening the file diagonal is on priority even at the cost of a pawn, even sometimes a piece. I mean, Leonard Stein gave three pawns to open up. So, not very good. Not very good attempt by white. Because white is worried. अभी black का plan normally क्या रहता है? Black will play rook here. So that bishop h6 I can go bishop h8. So, he says I will not give time. Suppose if you move the knight, then I am not worried about the pawn. I will play rook. Welcome, be my guest. Oh, ऐसा है. Okay, minus plus. ND3 threatened. ND3 idea rook into B2. So ND3 को रोका. Open up this side. Forced. अभी क्वीन इज डूइंग नथिंग. अकेला क्वीन क्या करेगा? अकेला क्वीन हमें मार दो. एंड नाउ दिस इज वन मूव थ्रेड. दिस इज ए वन मूव थ्रेड. तो बिशप आ जाएगा. थ्रेड भी बच गया और किंग अड़कुन. तो दोनों थ्रेड भी बच गया और ऊपर से अटैक आएगा. You do not have time for g4. You do not have time. The queen check पूरा खत्म हो जाएगा. अभी गार्ड हो गया. थ्रेट आ गया. तो ओनली मूव. There is no other way. Queen check is coming. So this makes the king safety. तो मारो मारो हो गया ये. अभी बस खत्म. Mate in 3-4 आएगा. Rook b8 and queen c3 will lead to bath. तो ये जो है टाइमिंग बेसिकली ये ऑल प्रॉब्लम स्टार्टेड द अर्ली h4. You are not ready. So this is just bad. ये जो है ये it is early h4. Not good. Not the best. Ullman. This is good. Normal. Pawn takes pawn, you get nothing. This is nothing. Pawn takes pawn, you get nothing. So, want to open the B file, C file. Now, if you play knight to E2, then if you such a move, then I will play B file. I will play B file. And if you play, I will take pawn into. Now, knight into take. Now, bishop. Now, no. I think maybe I am showing a little faster than what I should do here. Now, here. For knight e2, what is the line? I forgot. What is the line you have to do now? It is possible, but a bit risky. I think this is a possible because now pawn into pawn, then you can take. On knight into, you can take. No, I think I don't have time because if I play bg5 is coming. If I play bg5 is coming, nc3 coming. So b5 is not correct move here. So if you play knight e2, let me see what I am going to handle. I think the correct treatment is knight a6. My all problem comes that threat on the rook. Otherwise, I could take and play b6. This is the correct move. This is the correct move. Ready. Now I am ready to open up and ready for if you cannot prove castle easily now. So I think knight a6 is the correct answer for this. Okay. So in the game, he plays bishop anyway b5. Now a piece capture. Now if you take it, a pawn will come. If I will take knight into, and now this is not a nice position because f5 is free. A piece should be on the backward pawn. So this is pawn into pawn he plays, but this is also bad. Bad position. Then c4 is coming. Now f4, then c4, and pawn e4 break. Now you cannot allow me. Then c4 with the b2 and e3. So now e4 break. I don't care for losing a pawn. Just open the position. If you play knight into, take and queen h4. Knight into is bad. If you play, I will open the game. Knight take, queen h4. This is minus plus. I will take it. So you have to take with the pawn or play f4. You have to play f4 or this is bad. Just open the line for your pieces. Bad position. Castle means knight into e3. Exchange gone. Now cannot castle. Minus. So these are the problems you play without reason. The mistake of white. So here b3 e5. Now this is in d5 you can play knight e2. This is a good move. Now pawn into pawn, knight into pawn is good. Knight c6, I will play d5. So this is how you should continue. Knight e2 is more correct here. All right. Next game. Okay, so far so good. Now with the idea I want to prepare for f5 and preventing the bishop exchange. This would be a blunder at the moment. So preventing bishop exchange, preparing for f5. I think this sort of structure is very good for black. Please note that don't make the position closed. This is what white wants. If you play, then this is not very good for black. So you have to keep it flexible. Welcome to take pawn into pawn. I want to open up. Okay. Now if you give the bishop, it is a very good thing for black. Knight into e3 is allowed. It's bad. But where the bishop will go? The problem is you have to play like bishop g1 if you want to save the bishop. In such a situation, I can play e4 and now I can play e3, giving a hard time. अभी take, I will get a tempo. आप कितने बार पीछे जाओगे? हैं? कितने बार पीछे जाओगे? So I can play bishop into c3 also. The knight coming very quickly. This possibility, I am only showing the possibility. You can also give a check, by the way. Not a bad move. And if you do this, I will enter. So these are the problems. These are the problems that white has to account. Queen g2 is coming. So here he played castle knight into. And black has a positional. They are called triple advantages. छोटा छोटा advantage है. Double bishop with black and good pawn center. And black is in a better position to attack white king. The c file is open, and still I will get some tempo sometime. A2 pawn pressure. The king is not. That means white has to move the king. This is some very important thing. White has to deal with the pawn tension. और अटैक का नामो निशान नहीं है. So I would prefer to be black here. दे दो. This is not investment. Open the line. कुछ नहीं अभी. मारो. Welcome. This is a trying to attack. See, I will tell you, you do not play now this kind of tactics. Idea, I मार देगा तो B2 पे आएगा. So these are tactically correct but strategically incorrect. So these are the things you have to play this correct move. Idea, now knight in center, watching very important squares. And ये अभी आएगा. यहाँ पे प्रेशर आएगा. ये सड़ा हुआ नाइट ऑन आउटसाइड द बोर्ड है ऐसा. कुछ नहीं. मार दो. अटैक खत्म. कुछ नहीं होगा. अभी इट इज जस्ट एक्सचेंज डाउन. एक्सटेंड डाउन है. ये पॉन मरने वाला है. दिस इज आउट ऑफ द बोर्ड. So the whole point is that you need to see that this quickly coming to open the game doesn't work. Like this is not correct. Incorrect. Now if you should allow, if you castle now, I am not going to take it. This is helping. Then knight g5, knight e6 will come. So such a situation, what I will do, maybe I will play knight here. With the idea I want to take. Now king b1 will come. And now maybe I will just try to open up. What can I do here? What can I do? I think this is good now. Because now knight into I can take. Pawn into is bad thing. Pawn into is bad. F4 square, knight coming. So I can take it now with knight on. Because without knight here, he may play knight into and knight g5 threat. Now knight into pawn, I will just take the knight. Now bishop is doing no danger to me. So this is no problem. Okay, so I will go to the next game now. It's not bad. BF4 line, basically white wants to play a dull game, and this is always castle quickly. White idea is to play e3, all this thing very slow. Bishop is outside the pawn chain, not good. I have already told you need not worry. Now pawn into bishop into pawn. This is nothing to worry. This is okay. This comes. This is counterplay will come. Counterplay will come. This is bad. The counterplay will come. Maybe here. Maybe I will what I am going to do here now. Maybe I will play What am I supposed to do now? Wait a minute. I think I can take knight into pawn. I can sacrifice the queen because bishop check, knight e4, then king e2, bishop c4 check. एक मिनट अभी कहाँ जाएगा? I think maybe I can play here. Though it looks in a very miserable square, I can play. Now this pawn attack, which is bad. And now knight b5 idea, knight threat. I can ignore that. If you play, then this check is killing. I think this is will you killing, right? Maybe bishop check, then discover check, knight d2 check. So this is very risky business to play. So you need not worry. Now second pawn, one pawn gone, second pawn falling, but counter play will come. So he said this knight move. He did not take the pawn. Good move. Bishop is attacked. Now he plays this. If you take the pawn, you take the pawn. Maybe I should take knight into here. Now e4 pawn will fall. So with what will you take? Huh? What will you take now? Knight into knight, bishop c4. This is also okay. Knight into f3 and bishop c4, queen c7. So this he cannot take the pawn. So in the game he plays here pawn e4. Then knight d7. The e5 pawn is attacked and knight into f indirectly. Now if bishop into e4, I will take queen into, winning a piece. Not piece exactly, getting the pawn back. Two bishops. So here he plays idea bishop into c3 and rook 7th rank. For one pawn, you have ample compensation. Ample compensation. So you need not worry about that bishop into pawn. c5. You need not worry about it. So here, interesting move. I'm still not worried. So comes pawn and knight comes. You have a problem now. Where the bishop will go? E3 or G3? If you play some move like bishop G3, I will not take till you commit castle. Such a situation, how I will handle? I will play R8. R8. You commit. So here he plays F5. Just open the position. If F3, then bishop D4 minus plus. Black square bishop gone. Once you feel the absence of dark square here. The bishop is not on the board. So exchanging dark square is favorable. The queen enter, knight F4 will come. And with a tempo. After taking, you have to lose time and I will penetrate on the dark squares. Still welcome to exchange. So, EF5 Mara. EF5 Mara. Okay. Now threat. This is a good move. Getting room for maneuvering. This is bad. It's already a horrible position. I think this is forced. Rather forced. Rook 8 check is coming. Queen check is coming. Minus plus. Bad pawn. Bad. This is actually it should be red. It should be like this. It should be red. Now you will help me opening the G file and make F3 possible. So welcome to take. Welcome. अभी क्या होगा? खत्म. थ्रेड पे थ्रेड. S3 को बचाओ. नहीं बचता है. S3 को बचाएगा मेट हो जाएगा. So it is a position he resigned. बट अभी ये क्वीन F5 को क्वीन S2 F into G3 के बाद खत्म हो जाएगा. इस साथ rook check and some queen e4, game over. Cannot defend. So all this shows that playing actively, handling. But I will tell you, Bobby Fischer did not like this variation. Fischer, he did not like C5. वो क्वीन एक्सचेंज उसको पसंद नहीं था. मार मार के सम क्वीन आएगा ऐसा. So he now here. Anyway, I leave this, going to the next one. नहीं, बहुत सारी गेम है. गिरी आरोनियन, ये जो गेम, ये 1 minute गेम था. बट इवन आई वुड लाइक टू, आई सिलेक्टेड इट at that level. 1 minute plus 1 second also you get a variation and also a theme. Even though it is a 1 minute this game, still I selected it. ठीक है. All right. Now I told you pawn takes pawn you get nothing. Sicilian C3 में भी ऐसा आता है, nothing you get. Want to play pawn into pawn and B5 break. So A4. And now closes the line. Now this, he has got a weak point. And black plan is clear. He wants to move the knight, play F5 with a standard attack on the king. Because of the move S3. If the pawn is there and instead he has got bg5, everything is different. But now the development has not taken place. So I want to move the knight and play F5, F4. With a regular attack on the white king and black attack on queen side is not coming. Now in order to open queen side, the pawn pawn should have been here. A3. Idea RB1, B4. You want to open the queen side, the pawn on A3 was essential. Preparing RB1, B4. अभी कहाँ से open होगा? So you cannot open queen side. That means ये तो spectator बन जाएगा white. Black will open up. I want to play H5, F5. F5. The idea, black is giving a pawn, he is giving the best minor pieces of white for the worst minor pieces of black. ब्लैक का ये सबसे खराब पीस है और व्हाइट का ये सबसे बेस्ट पीस है. तो आके तुम एक्सचेंज करो और लाइन ओपन करो. तो ये जो है इन्वेस्टमेंट, मारना मजबूरी है. तो नतीजा क्या हुआ कि मेरा वर्स्ट पीस चला गया और व्हाइट का बेस्ट पीस चला गया. ऊपर से ये एच लाइन खुल गया रूक के लिए. ये रूक आएगा अभी ऊपर से. अभी ये पॉन G5, G4 आएगा. He will have how many pieces in attack? 5 पीस है. ट्रक लोड गुंडे आ रहा है, ट्रक में भर के ला रहा है. Can you decrease the size of camera? अभी ये क्या है? अभी ये जो है ये I am very bad on these settings. You know. Okay, I will tell maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow I will tell our expert on Thursday to decrease the size of camera. I cannot do it now because ऐसा कुछ गड़बड़ होगा कि पूरा का पूरा उड़ जाएगा. I cannot do setting. I will do that on Thursday. Oh, Dubov admitted Queen sack was a home preparation. Terrific. That means to what level they are doing. When I saw that game, the tactics was too much for me to understand. क्वीन दे रहा है, ये आ रहा है, वो आ रहा है. ओके, अब ये पोजीशन तो गया क्योंकि अभी बैड पीस चला गया और व्हाइट का अटैक क्वीन साइड में कुछ भी नहीं है. व्हाइट हैज टू जस्ट वॉच. स्लो डेथ इज कमिंग. स्लो डेथ इज कमिंग. व्हाइट का पोजीशन को कोरोना हो गया अभी. कोरोना ये तो गया. कैसा होगा? ये NS2 आया. आया. फटाफट आएगा. अभी सेक्रीफाइस ऑन H3. H3 आएगा. आ जाएगा. अभी अगर किंग भागने को कोशिश करेगा ना, भागने की कोशिश करेगा तो मार देगा. इधर मार मार के क्वीन H4 खत्म हो जाएगा. खत्म हो जाएगा. तो ये आया. अब क्या रखा है? गणपत हो गया. मेट ही मेट को नजारा मेट का ही. सो गुड आफ्टरनून देवर्स. We will be trying to decrease the camera size on Thursday because I can't do it now. Already some 10 minutes left. I will decrease the camera size. अभी भी करने कोशिश करे but I cannot do it sufficiently correctly. So ये तो गया. या ये भी अच्छा गेम है. Basically you should not do. Main line is B2. ये B2 main line. But many players they do not like bishop G. For example, B2 they do not like this move. The main idea I want to hit and work on the dark squares. Suppose B2 now here bishop G4, so he will defend it. To defend in advance. So in that case I will play. Maybe what can I do here? Maybe I can play here and NFD7. कैसल करेगा तो मैं E5 आएगा. This is good. If you push this thing, maybe I will play A5. Why A5? I want to seize the square now. 1 2 है. अभी ये आना चाहता है. But why block the pawn? ये आएगा. Then I will play knight here. I will play knight here. Then I will play C6. Then queen B6. ऐसा सब ब्लैक स्क्वायर में मजा करेगा और मार देगा. ये स्त्री करेगा मार देगा, नहीं करेगा तो भी मार देगा. मेरे ख्याल में इधर ही मार दो. इधर ही मार दो क्योंकि नाइट भाग जाएगा बाबू. तो इधर ही मार दो. मार दो इधर. मार दो. तो मारेगा. अभी F आया तो क्वीन आएगा. नाउ यू प्ले नाइट. यू प्ले नाइट. Okay, this is one possibility. So they don't like this BG4. So you should play BE3 and after this move castle, or you can do knight D2. This move. This is good move because your good piece exchanging for a bad piece. So your white stands better. This is a possibility. And if you play, maybe I will play this also. Gary Kasparov played this because the knight will develop and you have got rid of your bad piece. Now this is a good piece. Knights are good compared to this. So white stands better. So this is one possibility. So many he plays S3. No, no, no. In the game he played S3. So this gives interesting ideas. If I this kind of exchange you do not get anything. Knight into pawn I told you it is bad. Knight into E4 will come. Knight into pawn, knight E4. Now knight into E4. This is good for black. And this is blunder. Knight into pawn. This is a horrible blunder. Check and one piece down. So he cannot think of knight into pawn. So in this case he plays bishop knight coming there. Now you can also play other move. Knight into knight is not good. Knight into knight, pawn into C6, bishop C4. White gets a good game. White gets a pressure on the point. So it is not a good idea to exchange the knight. So what we should do? See, These are all theory. I am not showing. After knight into knight, no, 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 no. Where is this now? After the move, suppose you play nd5, there is a threat. You take knight into d5, cd5, c6. Now these are all Seki position for black. Not a good idea to get this kind of initiative. So this is correct. So he plays nd5. But other moves are also possible. Okay. So nd5, knight h6. Now the knight is under attack. Black has got better development and more correct placement for his pieces. He is trying to restrict the knight. I don't think this is not correct to give exchange sack here. So good move. Stop. Threatening pawn takes pawn. c4 pawn pressure. Okay. The knight will go to correct square and excellent structure. This is a bad bishop, weak square. Idea, knight will go to f6. Cannot take e4 pawn is falling. After taking the pawn, knight into pawn with counterplay. Your rook is also hanging by the way. You take, I will take your rook. So he is placed here knight. So there is still no time. Bishop into pawn, d2 is falling. So bishop into pawn not playable. Minus plus. White is now uncastled and a check is coming. Very unpleasant check. No other way. Unfortunately, no other good. Rook attacked with check. Minus. Khatam ho gaya. So a very nicely handled game by Robert Bryan. But please note that h3 is not an active line. White should not play h3. This is not good because stopping the move, but a valuable time in the opening. E5 gets very easy. Yeah, this is a good game. Okay. A Petrosian system by transposition. White has just played the Petrosian system by transposition. Idea knight c5 in f5. So idea f5. These are bad things. Anyway, I will not. I will play f5 later on. You have to go otherwise take and f5. If you can't do anything, I will take queen takes nc5 and f5. So save the bishop. Anchoring the knight. You can watch plenty of video on your tube on handle this perfectly without anyone help. I know. For example, here I will tell you. I know here I can go to setting. Setting अब जाके ये यहाँ पर कुछ करना है. But I am afraid then whole thing will again reset. So I will ask the expert to make it exact size on Thursday. यहाँ पर सेटिंग में जाना है और कुछ करना है वो सब बाद में नेक्स्ट थर्सडे करेंगे क्योंकि अभी क्लास तो बस 5 मिनट है सो थर्सडे आई विल सेट इट मेक द कैमरा साइज स्मॉल ओके चलो अभी ये जो पोजीशन नाउ c4 अंडर प्रेशर एंड नाउ pawn takes pawn knight into knight with advantage अरे देखा वापिस प्रॉब्लम आ गया या how many moves deep should we able to calculate okay I will tell you Ramakrishna if a player calculates 3 moves correctly Three moves correctly. For example, here it is my move. Now I find the correct move. That there are many good moves. I think there are two, three good moves are there. So I find good move one. Then I should know if he plays b3, what I should do. If he plays queen e2, what I should do. If he takes bishop into, what I should do. So if you know your move, opponent's move, and next your move, you are like a strong guy. If you can calculate perfect three moves, your move, opponent move, next your move. That's all. You are like a strong guy. And if you calculate five moves, you are like a strong GM. अभी मैं आपको बताया, देखो, I calculated, he will play this, then I play. So these are three play. Then it is a very good idea. Now if you goes, now take this. If I have calculated up to this, it is like a strong GM. And if you go beyond that, you are like a world champion. So if a player can calculate five ply, he is a strong GM. And you calculate seven ply, you are a like equivalent to world champion. World champion goes to nine plies almost nine plies, eight nine ply. So if you are calculating three ply, I would say this is one ply. So plywood होता है ना, one ply, two ply. No, this is two ply, three ply. इतना बस है. यहाँ अगर हर पोजीशन में if you calculate three ply correctly, you are an IM. Correct moves. Any book on tactics, strategy, middle game, end game, attack, defense, chess books to prove your chess? If there are too many topics. You will find books on end game and tactics. There are different subjects. You can find books on good books. I told you already, lot of good books. Panchenko's books are good. Balasov good. Nun's book are good. There are the Batsports chess ending good. And Mikhail Beliavsky good. Lot of books on end game. Chess School 4. Then tactics, there are hundreds of books. So in one book, you do not get everything. So in elementary books are different, but master level you can find different books. Okay, how many do? Okay, all right. So this is three ply. तो आया अभी पॉन इंटू. अभी आपको पॉन से मारेंगे तो बैड मूव. तो नाइट से मारेंगे. ये मारे नाइट इंटू मारा तो मैं नाइट इंटू मार दिया. If you take this, I will take knight into knight. Now pawn into, I will play b6. Idea minus. So तो उसने खेला pawn into मारा. Just a minute. So good move. Opening the position, king in center, bishop diagonal open, tempo, b2 पे tempo, b2 बचाओ, bishop d4 और bad moves. Bishop d4, I take queen g5, क्रश हो जाए. So only move. Idea only move. अभी खत्म, खेल खत्म. f4 थ्रेड मारेगा तो queen आएगा. If you invite queen, then it is bad. And pass will bring the queen और इसको कौन बचाएगा? कौन बचाएगा f4? Only move. अभी queen has entered. अभी कुछ नहीं कर सकता है. अभी जो भी करेगा, b2 पॉन तो मर ही रहा है. यू कैनॉट प्ले बिशप c1. सो ये जा रहा है. ओके, अटैक. अभी जो भी खेलेगा ओनली ब्लैक. वॉट एवर यू डू नाउ. ये पिन आ रहा है. अभी ये तो पिन में है ही है. ये है ही है ऑलरेडी. अभी ये भी आ रहा है. खत्म. लूजिंग मटीरियल. अरे अभी ये क्या करेगा, डबल अटैक, क्वीन इंटू मारो, बिशप से मारो, जो भी करो, चेक में जाएगा मारेंगे तो. So this is the thing that here the whole point is, ये जो वेरिएशन itself bad, ये ऐसा सब S3 खेलना ही नहीं. S3 itself is suspicious. You need not worry. Now correct move, white should play after castle NC3, and now here you play. No, this is okay. Now knight, you should play NC3, and now BE2 and castle, BD3 and castle. These are bad moves. All right. How to understand chess strategy, attack, etc. Only you know how to understand tactics books. एक ही मंत्र है, इसका आंसर है परेश कुमार. एंड आई टेल यू ऑल, सब चीज का एक ही मंत्र है, क्लासिक गेम्स. यू स्टडी द क्लासिक, उसमें सब कुछ है यहाँ सनम, सब कुछ है आपके पास. उसमें टैक्टिस है, ओपनिंग है, एंड गेम है, मिडिल गेम है. सो स्टडी क्लासिक्स एंड द बुक रिटन बाय डेविड ब्रॉन्स्टाइन, उसमें से बहुत से डिटेल एनालिसिस किया है डेविड ब्रॉन्स्टाइन. फैंटास्टिक बुक, read that. New York 1924 book by Alekhine, very good book. Zurich 1953 by Bronstein. Montreal 79, Patigorowski Cup, best games of classic players. So उसमें आपको सब कुछ मिलेगा, अंडरस्टैंडिंग स्ट्रेटेजी, अटैक, एवरीथिंग. अरे ये मत दिखा रहा, हो गया ना, ये दिखा दिया. नेक्स्ट. hmm okay, okay, I think I will continue the other part. I will continue Thursday morning. Then Thursday afternoon, I will consider other main lines. For example, B94, 95, 96, 97, 98. These are the main lines. 99. So on Thursday afternoon, I will give introduction about the main lines. Okay. If possible, I will complete in the morning itself, and I will go to theory on Friday. So thank you very much, friends, being with me. I will see you Thursday morning. सबको मेरा नमस्कार. Take care. Bye. Can you resend it? How to understand chess? Vishal Thakkar. What is resend it? Okay, I will. I can tell you the books. Uh, okay, bye. I will tell you the books again later.